In 2017, I won the biggest rap competition in the country then, the Hennessy VS class. Now, what most people didn't know then was that I only found out I had qualified for the finals a day before. Meanwhile, everyone I was going up against had been preparing for over a month. I had just 24 hours to prepare. In fact, as soon as I discovered I would be in the finals, I went to meet one of the other finalists at his studio, explaining my plight and asking for advice. You will very likely see this video. Now, in just 24 hours, in order to be safe, I had to write about 16 different rap verses and memorize them. Anyone who's familiar with rap knows this is almost impossible, but I had no choice. Bear in mind, I was living in Ibadan at the time, so on the morning of the finals, I had to travel down to Lagos. To cut the long story short, the competition started. Quarterfinal, I went up against an incredible rapper called Styx. I knew I wasn't as prepared as I should be, and the consciousness of that made me stumble a bit. It was a close call. The judges were tied, so they called Styx and I back to have one more round, the tiebreaker. That was the moment I turned everything around. I tore through that round and then decimated the semi-final and final opponents back to back, and I won. But here's the thing. Even after winning, I couldn't celebrate. The guys were having a good time with some of the Hennessy bottles I was given for winning. Some of my opponents were even at my hotel room that night reminiscing about the competition and having a good time generally. But I remember I left the hotel for a while and was strolling through the streets of Ikoyi. In the midnight, I was sipping Vigil milk. All I kept thinking was, what if I hadn't been called back for that tiebreaker round? That seemed to be the smear in an otherwise flawless victory, and I couldn't move past it. You see, Warren Buffett once said, if I need a 50-page contract to protect me from someone I'm supposed to do business with, then I'll always wonder if I actually needed 51. You see, in this context, that quote didn't hit me because of business. It hits me because I know what it feels like to live with the ghost of the 51st clause. Walk with me. My obsessing over what would have happened if they had not called me back for that tiebreaker round was the 51st clause. The trap. Even when you win, fear makes you question the path. Even when you succeed, perfection makes you obsess over small margins. It is a very dangerous place to live, where even your victories feel insufficient, where excellence becomes a moving target. What I had achieved that night was insane, but I had completely lost sight of it. Now, I've been told I don't know how to celebrate my wins. And what's worse, if you are not careful, you'll start projecting these same standards on people who never signed up for that kind of work. And this has caused a lot of bad blood within families and corporate organizations. I'm learning sometimes the real discipline isn't preparation, it is presence. It is knowing when enough is enough. It is in giving yourself permission to feel joy without fear whispering, what if? Don't let the ghost of the 51st clause rob you of the intangibles. These little joys add up. I'm not saying you should dwell, but celebrate your wins no matter how little. Sometimes the win is the win. Let me be.